Before we start talking about our topic for today's video, there are two terminologies that we need to be familiar with. The first one is atom. And an atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take place in a chemical reaction. Anything smaller than the atom can't participate in a chemical reaction. Like this lithium atom, for instance. It cannot be split into smaller particles. And the second terminology is molecule. A molecule is a group of atoms held together as one entity by covalent bonds. Like for instance, a water particle. It consists of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Elements and compounds mix and react to produce the world around us. They produce massive objects such as the sun. They also produce the tiny highly structured crystals of solid sugar or salt. But how do the elements organize themselves to give this variety? How can an element exist in 3 different states of matter simply by a change in temperature? Our modern understanding is based on the idea that all matter is divided into very small particles known as atoms. And the key ideas in our understanding are that each element is composed of its own atoms. Let's take the oxygen element for example. The element oxygen consists of a huge number of oxygen atoms. And that is basically the first idea of our understanding. The second idea states that atoms of different elements can combine to make the molecules. Like an oxygen atom with 2 hydrogen atoms, they combined to make a water molecule. This idea that all substances consist of very small particles began to explain the structure of the 3 states of matter. And here is where the kinetic particle theory of matter comes into play. The kinetic particle theory of matter describes the 3 different states and the changes between them in terms of the movement of the particles. We can simplify all that by saying that the scientists explain the 3 states of matter based on the freedom of movement of their particles. So solids particles barely move, and liquid particles move more freely. And lastly, gases move a lot freely. The kinetic particle theory states that all matter is made up of very small particles, and that different substances contain different types of particles. Like water, for instance. It contains 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Particles are moving all the time. The higher the temperature, the wider and faster the movement of the particles. The freedom of movement of the particles and their arrangement is way different for the 3 states of matter. And the final point of the kinetic particle theory states that the pressure of a gas is produced by the atoms or molecules of the gas hitting the walls of the container. And the more often the particles hit the walls, the greater the pressure is going to be. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for the channel so we can keep uploading more videos.